In the heart of the lush green jungle, where the trees grew thick and the sky peeked through in diamond-shaped slivers, lived a tiny squirrel with bright, curious eyes and a wild tuft of fur on his head. He was small, even for a squirrel, and often overlooked by the larger, louder animals in the forest. His name was Nimble, and while most squirrels gathered nuts or leaped from tree to tree in games of chase, Nimble had a strange obsession: glowing seeds. These seeds weren't ordinary. They shimmered faintly like moonlight and only appeared after heavy rains near the roots of ancient trees. Most animals ignored them. Some believed they were useless. Others said they were bad luck. But Nimble believed otherwise. He collected them in tiny woven baskets made from vines and leaves. Each evening, just before sunset, he would take a few glowing seeds and dig little holes along forest trails, hillsides, and riverbanks. Then, with care, he'd bury them, whisper a wish, and move on. The other animals mocked him. "There goes Nimble again," laughed the monkeys. "Trying to grow stars like flowers," chuckled the toucans. "What good is glowing dirt?" grumbled the boar. But Nimble didn't stop. Something deep inside told him it mattered, that one day these tiny lights would be needed. And then the storm came. Dark clouds swallowed the sky. Thunder rolled across the land, and sheets of rain poured down without end. The wind howled through the jungle, knocking over trees and flooding the paths. For 3 long days, the animals huddled in caves, hollows, and under thick canopies. When the skies finally cleared, the jungle was a maze of mud and broken paths. Worse still, the familiar landmarks were gone. Animals became lost. Baby deer wandered away from their mothers. Birds couldn't find their nests. The jungle felt unfamiliar, like a stranger's home. That night, something miraculous happened. A trail of faint, glowing lights began to appear, just little glimmers along the forest floor. A monkey chasing his lost sibling noticed them first. He followed the soft glow and found his way back to the grove where his troop had taken shelter. A jaguar cub, frightened and alone, followed another trail and was guided to her den. One by one, animals began to discover the lights. Some led to water, some to food, and some straight back to their families. The jungle buzzed with a quiet wonder. "Who did this?" they asked. And then they saw him, Nimble the squirrel, perched on a branch, holding another glowing seed in his paws, ready to plant it near a broken path. "You did this?" asked the owl in awe. Nimble nodded shyly. The jungle grew silent. Then the elder turtle, who had lived longer than most, spoke up. "This tiny squirrel lit the way when the world went dark. While we laughed, he prepared." The animals cheered, not just for Nimble, but for the lesson he had shown them. From that day forward, the glowing seeds were called star seeds, and Nimble became known as the squirrel who planted stars. Each year, young animals helped him collect and plant more. They didn't just light paths, they lit hope. Because sometimes the smallest paws plant the brightest lights, and even the tiniest heart can change the way home feels. Moral of story is that small actions can light the way for others.